players and yourself. You know, the only team that can beat the Bears is the Bears, and
Yeah.
you guys get caught up and stuff. What were you guys doing to beat yourselves? Whether it's, you know, the penalties, the power play. You know, what did you assess and evaluate over the last couple of days and discuss with the guys about that part of it?
Well, just, you know, we talked about discipline and staying focused. You know, late in the second period, we get a situation where we're going on the power play, and then we have to be doing extracurricular activity with their players where they go to us in. Now it's 4-on-4, and then we end up losing air and nest for 10 minutes. You know, that stuff can't happen. Okay, so that's one part. The other part is when we get on the power play, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot and give up 3 shorthanded goals. That's the difference in the series right now as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, we made some tweaks today in practice, and I wanted to see what it looked like, and I liked what I saw.
The part of it as far as the baiting or the goading, is that because it's the Phantoms and it's a familiar opponent more so than if it was the conference finals with the Laval? You know what I mean? With a team that you're less familiar about.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 12 games that you've kind of led into the postseason.
Well, that's part of it, but also that's gamemanship. You're gonna get that in every series. You know, like 2 years ago, like we never saw Coachella, but after about the first or second period, we hated each other. You know, that was just the way it was. I mean, and it carried on to last season. So I think it's part of gamemanship. I think it's what makes playoffs exciting. You know, you got to be smart in those situations, and you know, we can't put ourselves down in those, you know, those situations. And you know, like I said, that kind of changed the game a bit. To be quite honest, you know, we have to give ourselves every chance to win the game on Friday.
At times early in the season, you and the guys talked about like overcomplicating hockey and trying to simplify things and finding more success when you did that. Limo kind of said the same thing about the power play, maybe trying too many different looks. Do you think this is a time to go back to your roots and more simple hockey?
Yeah, I prefer simple hockey. You know, I always have the saying, it's simple hockey. Hockey's a simple game made hard by idiots. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't overcomplicate things. Our 5-on-5, we're simplifying, but also on the power play, we got to simplify it. And in order to score a power play goal, the puck has to get to the net somehow. So we got to find some shot lanes. They're doing a great job of blocking shots and getting in shot lanes. You know, but we got to find a way to get to the puck to the net and then create some chaos. And it's usually the second or third chance that you pop that goal in. Just like their power play goal the other night. They got the puck going in the net, they made a nice play on the back door, and then Wilson was there to bang in the rebound. Simple.
Nelly, you had mentioned after game 2, you weren't getting enough from your go-to guys, your veterans, especially when it comes to offense. How do you feel about them now going into a must-win game, and do you still feel kind of that way, or do you think you've been encouraged maybe by what happened in game 3 and also in practice?
No, like I feel the same. I told them today at the end of practice, I said, their go-to guys are getting it done, our guys aren't on. You know, let's call a spade a shovel here. That's the bottom line. You know, but it takes 20 men. Our best line the last couple of games has been Riley Sutter's line. They keep it simple. They play the game the right way, and there's a reason why their numbers and their metrics look really good. So we're gonna make, you know, like we're shuffling the deck a bit here. There'll be some changes being made, and gonna try to get some life into the team.
Will you be, can you shed any light, will you be healthier maybe on the defensive line, or on the back end that you lost a player, Mickey, in game 2?
Yeah, we should be pretty good with health. We're not sure what we're gonna do, but you know, that stuff I'm not gonna disclose till you guys see what happens. But Nikki's out there in practice today, he looked good.
Todd, facing eliminations hasn't happened a ton in the last couple of years for you guys. Is there a different mentality going into the game, or how do you address that part of it? Your back's against the wall.
You know, I think just the guys all know what's at hand, okay? And so I think the guys are more focused. They understand. I just told them this today. I said we have to do whatever it takes to win on Friday, and then we'll worry about Sunday if it comes. And it's not going to be easy. We're playing a team that's playing very well right now. Playing very well, and they're getting some bounces their way, and some bounces went against us, but that's hockey. But I think just I want the guys to be focused and just leave everything on the ice, and when the smoke clears, whatever happens, happens.
How hard is it to win 3 games in a row for your opponent? Is that difficult?
It's tough. It's like anybody sweeping into the series. It's tough, right? but they're feeling it and they're feeling confident right now. So we have to understand that we have to bring our best and try to get the job done. And they're sitting over there going, the hardest game to close out a team is usually the game where you can bounce them out of the playoffs. But they'll be motivated. They want to bounce out the Hershey-Bears, back-to-back champs. And so we have a proud group in there. Like I said earlier in the season, everybody's got it for us.
How impactful have the couple days been, and obviously a couple more days from Game 3 to Game 4?
I think it's been good. You know, like we had a day off on Monday, then yesterday was just a day where guys came in and did some maintenance, didn't hit the ice. Now we have 2 days to practice and work on a few things. Even though it's May, we still have to work on some things. But I think for the couple days where they're lighter, just to get the guys' mind away from hockey, clear their heads, and they're pretty focused today, so it's great.
How much, if at all, does this remind you of the stretch in between Game 6 and 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals last year when your backs were against the wall?
Against Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's similar. You know, I think there's always going to be pressure. In that situation, we were up 3-0 in this series, and I got to be honest, I was nervous before that game. You know, but I feel fine going into this game. I just know that if we play the way we can and we get effort from all 20 guys, you know, we'll have a good chance of winning the game.